there's just tension. Anyway, back to the story on Algeria and France. Algeria on Monday said that they were expelling their own 12 French officials over the arrest of an Algerian consular official by French authorities. So there was a kidnapping case against that particular Algerian consular. But the fact that he was arrested after all is what is triggering Algeria right now. They're saying, no, we can't just sit back and, see you people arrest a whole consular without investigations first. There should be investigations first, then the arrest. But then France say they have their reasons. It's been a year, sort of, that this back and forth has been going on between Algeria and France. France shifted its position to support Morocco's autonomy plan for Western Sahara. And since then, it has been, last summer, since then it has been just back and forth, so to say. Anyway, France, Algeria feels France should not be supporting Morocco in that autonomy plan for Western Sahara, and France say, hey, we don't have to like you. It's our choice to make. Whichever side we choose, it's our decision to make. So Algeria said, okay, now let's bring it on. Let's see what's going to happen. So tensions are further peaked after Algeria arrested French-Algerian writer Boualem Sansal. Now, in addition to which French officials are calling symmetrical calibrated expulsion of 12 officials, France's ambassador to Algiers was also being recalled home for consultations. Now, that recall was in an official statement from the French presidential palace, and it said that Algerian authorities were responsible for a brutal deterioration in the bilateral relations between the both countries. Whatever it is that is going on there, it's just love and light. Please, peace. In the end. Please, peace. All right, now, so to Tanzania, where we're hearing, now we're back to East Africa. We're hearing that opposition on Tuesday yesterday slammed a decision by the Election Commission to disqualify it from October's general elections. So in about a few months' time, there'll be general elections in Tanzania, and the Election Commission in the country decided to disqualify the opposition from the election. So Chadema is the opposition, and the electoral body accused Chadema of refusing to sign a document where they would pledge to respect the commission's decision. Sign now. They say they will not sign. So how are we sure that you're going to uphold or respect the commission's decisions if you do not append your signature? So they're saying you have to take our word for it. And the Election Commission said, no, we cannot. The Election Commission, of course, is like the INEC. You understand? So the opposition party is saying they will not sign what the INEC of Tanzania is bringing forth. But they just have to take it, they just have to take their word for it that they're going to obey the regulations of elections in the country. So, of course, in response to the, what's it called? I don't want to call it the decision, rather. Let's just leave it at decision. Decision by the opposition to not sign it. The Election Commission decided to suspend or disqualify them. Now, they said, okay, you're disqualifying us, Abi. We'll take to the streets to do a protest. So, on Saturday, the opposition boycotted an event for all the parties that were supposed to sign a code of ethics. And it's a violation of legal requirement for parties to participate in the polls. A director with their Independent National Electoral Commission said that this would not be taken, lying down, because what would be the example that other parties are supposed to pick from this? If you can just decide on your own without any, legal recourse, say, I will not append my signature to that, it means that you're just giving grounds for rancor. Anyway, the party has rejected the call to sign the electoral signature, citing the absence of poll reforms. So why are we going to sign it if there's no poll reform? Anyway, what does this ban hold for the country? It would mean that President Samia Suluhu Hassan and Chamachan Mapinduzi, that's a party running virtually unopposed, would just continue. Because if there is no opposition, nobody's coming forth from that end, it means that they can just run. There is no opposition of any sort. Anyway, we also hear that human rights activists have accused the government of heavy-handed tactics against the opposition, and the government has said that is not correct. Take this story from Maldives and then gradually come back to West Africa, because there's this story from Ghana that I'd like us to look at before we round off here on News from Across Africa. The Maldives. I told you there's been a lot of face-off going on different countries. It's just I mean, they're just sparks flying from different parts. Anyway, this one now is from Maldives, and some people have understood why. It said it's understandable. It's really, really understandable why they made the move. So the Maldives has officially prohibited entry to Israeli passport holders. So if you are Israeli or if you're Israeli passport holder, you are not allowed to enter the Maldives. Why? Maldives says this is in support for Palestinians in light of the conflict that escalated following Hamas's violent action since 2023. You get it? You get it? Anyway, the president of the country, Mohamed Moizu, signed the law shortly after parliamentary approval just on Tuesday. And this is what part of the statement said. He said the ratification demonstrates the government's unwavering position against the ongoing atrocities and acts of genocide perpetrated by Israel against the Palestinian people. And the Maldives have gone ahead to reiterate their steadfast commitment to the Palestinian cause. You see why that Algerian matter was looking somehow now. Any country can decide to support any country, right? So why is Algeria upset that France is supporting Morocco? Right? Because now we're seeing an example of Maldives choosing to support Palestine. Anyway, the revised Immigration Act prohibits entry for individuals holding Israeli passport, but those with dual nationality can still enter using documents that does not belong to the Israeli government. So you get it now. If you have dual nationality, like say Nigeria and Israel, you could decide to use your Nigerian passport. You cannot use the Israeli if you intend to enter into the Maldives and have a good time. Yeah, that's what's up right now. And according to the report, it says the ban takes immediate effect. Immediate effect. Before we close in on, before we just wrap it up on that story, there's this report that I think will be interesting. In 2023 alone, it is reported that over 11,000 Israelis traveled to the Maldives, but the number of visitors plummeted in early 2024, and since then it has just been down. And now to this last story that we're looking at from Ghana. There is a newly established regulatory authority for gold exports in the country. Foreign buyers will no longer be permitted to purchase or to trade artisanally mined gold in the nation. You know that Ghana is the leading gold producer in Africa, right? So what this report means is that starting from May 1, that's just next month here, all gold transactions must be conducted with licenses issued by the newly formed Ghana Gold Board. Yeah, the board is called Ghana Gold Board, GGB. In fact, it's also referred to as Gold Board, like Gold Board, Gold BOD. Anyway, before now, licenses were previously granted by the Precious Minerals Marketing Company, and they handle the marketing of the company's mineral output. But they will no longer be recognized from May 1. Any license that you got before, from the Precious Minerals Marketing Company would be considered null and void. Going forward, it's going to be a different ball game altogether. And the announcement also emphasized that from next month onward, no entity will be allowed to buy or to exchange in gold trading in Ghana except for Gold Board. which was established to regulate gold commerce and to enhance revenue from exports. There's also something interesting I'd like you to know. According to the new legislation, Gold Board will now serve as the exclusive buyer, the exclusive seller, the exclusive assayer, and the exclusive exporter of all gold produced by licensed small-scale miners in Ghana, with criminal charges applicable to those who decide to go against the rule and operate without a license from the board. So you get it, right? You may have a license, but if it's not from Gold Board, just consider that license invalid, and you to be termed criminal if you went ahead to do business with a license. So let's hear what Prince Kwame Minka, who is a spokesperson for Gold Board, had to say. Well, he informed AFP, that's the Associated Press, that the trading activities of Gold Board are anticipated to lead to the accumulation of necessary reserves to bolster foreign exchange and consequently to address gold smuggling. And he said that the persistent issue of illegal gold mining, which they know in Ghana as Galamsey, was a significant topic during the presidential election campaign in Ghana, and it raised concerns among voters and led to protests and criticism of the outgoing administration. And now they are trying to make a move to ensure that things take a different turn. I mean, for the better. Just so you know, Ghana ranks as the 6th largest gold producer in the world and the biggest in Africa. But we also know that illegal mining has surged to high, like all-time high. Individuals seek employment in a struggling economy, environment, pollution of rivers and other areas. Government effort to curb the practice is not just making any sense, but hey, this particular move now has been sworn to be the move that the country needs at this point in time. So before the bill was approved by Parliament, Finance Minister said the Gold Board initiative will enhance Ghana to fully capitalize on the entire gold value chain, encompassing extraction, refining, value addition, marketing, all at both local and international levels. So fingers crossed, we just hope that, things pan out just exactly the way the country was, and kudos to the government for making this move now. Hopefully, the reports of illegal mining and all whatnot, all negative reports as it concerns gold from Ghana, will drop to drastic levels. Citizen FM 93.7 will be rounding things off here on News from Across Africa. Remember that at top of the hour, 8 o'clock, I will be back to take you through what the newspapers hold for us today, the 16th day of April 2025. Tick-tock says the clock. Yeah, it is. It is April already. Just in a bit we'll be counting May, and before you know it, we're halfway through the year. So, hope you do what you need to do. Better get started and don't hold yourself back for any reason.
Oh yeah, oh my people. Make una come gather here. Which kind tori una want here on top radio? Waiting they catch fire on top social media. Bring them on top, make we talk am. For Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja, every Monday, go reach Thursday. And the time now, 5:10, will be 10 minutes after 5. Make we talk am. As it dey be.
The Renewed Hope Agenda for Nigeria is the brainchild of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. It is geared towards renewing the hopes of Nigerians for a better future through its policies, projects, and programs that are aimed towards lifting the GDP and economic growth of the nation by improving standard of living of the average Nigerian. The Renewed Hope Agenda Radio is poised to promote all of the above while enlightening Nigerians as well. Join us every Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. on Citizen FM Radio 90.